What's going on, y'all? It's Cop Pizzle. It's hard for me to make the videos that I make here on YouTube without taking a break and talking about last night before we continue on. So, look, I'm not here to be dramatic. I'm not here to gain any clout from this. I don't monetize my channel, and I won't be putting any kind of tip thing on in my comments or anything like that. I just want to talk about what happened last night. We talk about football and we talk about life on this channel and kind of how they go hand in hand. And look, I was excited last night. When I was a kid growing up, Monday Night Football in our house was it. I mean, it was what we would crank Hank Williams up and we would just get super excited. It was like Monday Night Football games were playoff games. I mean, and of course when the Giants played, it was, for me, it was just amped up to the, I was just in the sky, as far as how excited I was. But but I still carry that with me. I still get excited for Monday Night Football games. And last night had it all, right? You had two really great teams late in the year, playoff implications. Either one of these teams could be in the Super Bowl. You had Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen. This game just had it all. It had everything for the makings of being just an absolute great game. And look, I'm a sports junkie too. Tonight I'll probably be watching hockey or basketball. It's just who I am. I don't watch a lot of TV. I just watch sports. I consume sports. I think you'd be surprised like how much sports I watch. I mean, you'd probably say, "Well, Pizzle, get a life." But I just consume a lot of sports, and so we've seen all these kinds of injuries before. Leg injuries, arm injuries. Of course, I watch horse racing, and I'm such a big fan of horse racing, and when horses get hurt. You want to talk about an animal that does not fall gracefully. They do not. So whether you see it on TV or if you see it in person, it's a brutal experience, and it's one that just rattles you and shakes you anytime that it happens. And so last night, I got that same feeling of, watching, because you see what happens and you're thinking like, well, you just always, you run straight to the, was it a head injury? Like, did he get whiplashed? You're just trying to put the pieces together of like, hey, what happened? This stinks. This is unfortunate. Like, all those things. And then you see the players' faces, and then you realize, man, there's something like a little bit different about this. Like this is unprecedented stuff, like what's going on. Then you hear the information later about what they were doing and what was going on, and then you realize, well, holy cow! Like, no wonder they were feeling that way, or no wonder that that's what we were seeing. And look, at the making of this video, Hamlin is still in critical condition. He's still with us, but this is a long, like, even if he makes it out of this, like, when your body stops breathing, your heart stops pumping blood. I mean, it's, the next 24 hours is going to be really interesting for, or I shouldn't say, I don't think interesting is the word, but like, it's going to be really, in 24 hours, we're going to really find some things out. And I honestly I just hope that he's okay, because I have such a gladiator mindset, be or be killed. And even last night I was like, they got to stop this game, but I don't want to see Hamlin die. But I've always thought there's something romantic and something beautiful about men and women putting it all on the line for not only their friends and family, for their teammates, and in this case, for Bill's Mafia. And I've talked about on my channel about, in the past we've talked about tanking, right? And the frustrations of fans telling me that they want to tank, and content creators. And I always say, like, man, we're not promised tomorrow, so why the hell am I going to think about next year? I'm never going to think about next year. It's just not the way I'm processed. I wake up each and every day trying to be the best I can be, and I try my ass off. And I'll be honest, I fail more times than I win. But the fact is I at least try. And I'm never gonna, when I see situations like this, I'm never gonna be in that mindset of, oh, we'll figure it out tomorrow or we'll figure it out next year. I'm just never gonna be that way. And so I've always thought that it's beautiful to see somebody put it all on the line, and even those that end up dying doing what they love, right? I mean, we all have to go, and you either die doing what you love, you die in a tragedy, or you end up going out, at the end of your life when your body just gives out on you, and who knows how that goes. So, of course, I think about that all the time, like, how am I going to go one day? Like, I'm sure you do too. But the point being is, I have a lot of, I hope that this young man, 24 years old, I hope he pulls out of this, man, and makes a speedy recovery, and this that he doesn't pass away, because this would just be just terrible for him to be out there doing his job, doing what he's supposed to do, making a play for his team, and this be the end of it for him. Like, it would just be, it just sucks, right? I mean, but yeah, I just want to give prayers to him and his family. I could not imagine, as a father too, I want my son to play sports one day. I don't know. I don't have any dream that my son would play in the NFL or anything like that, but I want him to play as high as he can get and play at a high level. And I just could not imagine being a father or even a mother and seeing all this. And then me personally, being the way I am built with my gladiator mindset of putting it all on the line, 60-minute man kind of thing, it would break me. And so, anyways, scary stuff last night. Just think about this, guys. Like, you were not promised tomorrow, man. All you can do is your best. Give it everything you got, and realize that tomorrow is not promised, and that live in the moment, because you may not be around for the next moment. So, speedy recovery for Damar Hamlin. I hope, man, I'm going to be glued on the news on this to figure out if he's okay, and then carry on from there. But yeah, just unprecedented stuff last night, and yeah, that's just how I felt.